even spell that right.
Live?
That's okay.
All right, we might already be live.
We probably are, but
Probably
that's
are.
okay.
It says now streaming up in the corner of the screen.
Yay.
Oh, perfect.
So
Hi guys, welcome back to our live. We're doing it early because I'm going to see the Titanic this weekend and it's very
Yes.
exciting.
I
And we are
hope
here
it's
with
good.
like the coolest people ever, all my plastic children. If you guys want to introduce yourselves.
Good.
I'm Malachi. This is my wife Madeline, and we're collectors of large dolls and dolls of all kinds.
So there's
Look at all these.
It's so cool.
Let me get the light.
all right.
You just start doing that.
Sorry. Malachi, we'll move it so we can see them. But yeah, they're
Oh my gosh. Look at all
I
of
think
them.
you guys might have the same lighting that we do.
I like that that's what you see.
Wait, so are these all of them?
these are all of the plastic children, so to
Okay.
speak. So
Yeah.
we do have more dolls, fashion dolls,
Uh-huh.
BJDs, but the big ones pretty much all live in the guest rooms. So it's it's a very welcoming aesthetic if you come stay with us.
Yes, it is. And I saw the picture on Tasho that I think I've actually seen it before I even knew, who y'all were, because the very first picture I ever saw was the one with this was back.
The Bricket climbing the sheets.
Nope, it was the doll with the hacksaw and the mansion behind them.
Ah, yes,
I
yes.
saw that photo and I was like, who are these people? I was obsessed. Like, I thought I showed everybody and they're like, yeah, it's a doll with the hacksaw. Cool. I'm like, no, but somebody out there actually did this. It was so cool.
We live our dream.
It was so cool.
Halloween.
I mean,
I particularly enjoy Halloween with our hobby.
yes. And see, like with Kiersten and Ethan and I just will make a doll and take a picture of it holding a knife and send it to them, and they find it amusing.
Yeah,
I could never do that on my Instagram. I mean, I guess I could, but I don't know. But then Ethan, you should tell them about the day that you had Kinsley.
yeah.
Oh
So,
no, it was a whole week where he babysat Kinsley.
so me and Kiersten, we were working opposite shifts. So basically, I was working afternoons at the time.
Yeah.
Right. So she would work in the morning, and I worked. No,
I don't know.
I
It doesn't
think
matter.
I think I worked mornings. So basically, we would pass each other going to and from work. So I would get home from work, she'd be off at work, and while she was at work, I would take her one doll, and it was like the biggest one. I guess it was this
It's
one right
that
here.
one.
Yeah. I would take her and I would put her in like all sorts of terrifying things she was doing. Like one, she'd come home and she was like holding a lighter or something in her hand.
With a note that was all burned up.
Yeah, with a note that I had all burnt up. That was.
But didn't it start with it watching Caillou? Like, I believe
Yeah,
that's how
I
it
put
started.
the baby, when I'd leave for work, I'd put her in her bouncer watching Caillou, the horrible cartoon,
Yes.
and the dogs and her
Familiar.
watching cartoons together.
Well, because our dogs like to watch cartoons. It keeps them well behaved.
I understand. It's just familiar with that cartoon.
No, it's specifically not. But yeah, there was another one I did where Kiersten was always giving her like this smaller doll of Anna from Frozen. So I had all of them. Kinsley was harassing the Anna doll. So like when she had her trapped inside a pot on the stove, or was chasing her up the dresser, or things like that.
Yeah,
They were
you
very
tied her
creative.
to
The banister. Yeah, I zipped tied her so it looked like she was sliding down the banister.
Very
Yes.
nice.
So
we
I
like to be subversive with dolls too.
yes. The knife photos are my absolute favorite, but I mean pretty much all of the ones when the making the muffins and the one obviously when you're sleeping, when all the dolls are around you. I mean, that is just, I have so many questions. My number one question.
Lots of people have questions.
First of all, just Ethan, Kiersten, and I can all understand on just such a basic level about like how much work goes into photographing, and that must have taken a long time. Do they ever fall over when you're trying to
All
take
the time.
Okay, so make you crazy. Because there's no weight in them, right?
There's some, but
There's
the
some
wind
weight.
will blow them over.
Yeah.
And having joints the way they do, and then being relatively loose, they just will drop.
Yes.
So
With-
I
Yeah.
picked up stainless steel rod about a 1/4 inch and sharpened the end so that we can stake them through the clothes and
Yes.
behind the legs so it doesn't show up in camera angles and stuff.
Yeah,
So
that's
most of the time when there's a
cool.
large group of them, they're staked to the ground.
I'm so excited. I know this.
That's really creative.
Malachi is a master at rigging things. We've
Yeah.
actually put hooks in our ceilings just so that we could do some of like the suspensions with them jumping on the bed and
I
things
was
like
wondering how you did that. And now I
Amazing.
know.
Fishing line, old school.
Yeah.
That is so cool. Okay, so curious minds want to know, who is the first doll that you've had?
Sirocco.
that. So here, I'll go grab her.
Sirocco.
I just love the fashion sense you
I
have with
know.
all the dolls. And
Look
then
at
her clothes.
The one in the blue, that dress is like a.
Nice.
Oh, okay. 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 Yes.
There's really two questions here. So this is the first of the plastic children that we got together. We found her at a bin at Goodwill, and she's what started the whole photograph
Oh,
Instagram.
you found her at Goodwill.
Most of our dolls came from thrift stores until we started really collecting them and
So,
picking them up
but-
wherever we could find them.
But she's a 1961 American character, Chuckles, and she does have a slight resemblance to Chucky, I will say.
Yes, just a little bit. Yes. That's yes.
And then the very first doll that, I guess technically that I ever had is this is the very first doll that I ever had as a child. So I still have her. She's had her cloth body replaced a couple of times, but so for the longest doll residing in the collection is Mimi, but Sirocco is what started the
And you guys adopted Sirocco together.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So then you were like, oh, let's take pictures, or then what happened?
I think we ended up collecting a little bit more before we started really taking pictures.
I'm like, oh, there's another one. Let's bring that one home.
Yeah,
too.
it became a rescue the creepy doll mission.
That's wonderful.
Ethan has
Yeah, I think basically we're just sort of like, hey, we should do a Christmas, as they clonk onto the floor, we should do a Christmas family photo and send it to everyone this year. And so
Yes.
That's amazing.
and so is
Well,
that so is that what
dude,
started it? Like you
it-
did like a family photo?
Yeah.
So I have a question on the Christmas card. Did you include all of their names as well?
Of course.
Be like from
She even wrote a Christmas letter to go out with it.
yes, I wrote a letter about all their amazing accomplishments.
Oh
for the
my
year,
God.
how they're excelling in their academic study.
That-
Made it as absolutely cheesy as possible.
Right,
Yeah.
Nobody
And then
cares about
afterward-
those letters.
afterwards, you guys went on
Yes.
Facebook and you're like,
When
oh,
you
why
get
don't
a
I-
card like that, you kind of want to read that letter, don't you?
Can I
Yes.
steal this idea?
That is the best thing I have ever heard. I'm pretty sure.
We took a picture of the boy doll Baker, and he was on a bouncy horse, and I was waxing on in the letter about his burgeoning equestrian career.
I think Sarah Ann I had borrowed a skid loader, and we took the opportunity while we had it to put her in the seat with me. So there's a picture of her driving the skid steer with me.
Oh my gosh. That's so awesome.
You should
There's
make
no words.
dolls drive the Jeeps.
Ethan and Kiersten, you guys need to do that for your Christmas cards.
I could just put
a
my.
lot of dolls.
I'll
as
just say
well.
great picture. I could just put my Jeep in neutral, right?
Yeah.
Take
Yeah.
the doors off and just kind of push it down the street,
Uh-huh.
and then
Ghost
Dolls
ride
just
it.
sit there and maybe drive it. I mean, worst case scenario, it hits a hill and then collides with like a neighbor's
Well,
house.
no, now that we have a TikTok and TikTok has no rules, basically, we should have it so you're chasing me down the road while I'm pushing a stroller screaming.
I'm chasing you with the Jeep
Yeah.
down the road.
Yeah,
Okay.
I thought you guys were going to do something with reindeer as well this Christmas.
probably. We have a lot of ideas we
A
never.
lot of ideas. Yeah. The problem is that the dolls that she has are a lot more expensive than the
I mean, I
Yeah,
still
the
do fun to my
rewards
dad.
are-
Yeah, it gets that way. The smart dolls are kind of that way, and
What is a smart
Yeah.
doll?
They're the Beautiful. Well, they're all beautiful, but the adult ones.
Oh, the one in the
Smart dolls are a modern vinyl
cool.
candy. The normal smart doll is 24 inches. They're designed by Danny Chu, who's actually the son of Jimmy Chu. So she has little Jimmy Chu shoes.
Oh, okay. So
so they're, you know, articulated fashion dolls, but then we were actually able to snag, he made just a few of the half scale versions. So we have our babysitter for the children.
Yeah. Like he was selling them, but too many of them got returned.
Oh.
So he sold the rest of the parts as kits, and you had to build your own skeleton.
Okay.
Really good at that sort of thing. So
Familiar.
You know, the doll restringing and all that takes a lot of, you know, muscle. And
So did you buy the wig then, or did like?
No, she came with like 5 different wigs,
Oh, cool.
multiple sets of clothes. Like she has little like short shorts and stuff too, and then she's got like a long sweater and multiple belts. The only thing she didn't come in with shoes, but she can wear. We've got lots of little kids' shoes.
Yeah,
so
Yes.
Shoes.
but yeah, so they're kind of more along the lines of the, you know, reborn price point as opposed to
Yes.
So
you know, people's garage sales.
Yeah.
the dolls that you have around you, they're all purchased mostly from Goodwill.
So I would say
It's about 50 auction and
about I would say about half and half. So of the big ones, the vintage ones, about half of them are probably a combination of thrift store, garage sale, people being like, here, take this creepy doll away. And then the other half are fellow collectors, like in Facebook groups, eBay, you know, Mercari, things like that.
Yeah. It never occurred to me. I don't know why, because I love vintage dolls. Like I don't collect reborns, I just make them. But I like you can't see them. I like the little. Can you grab the little dolls for me?
Yes. Which one?
The one up there above the Blythe doll.
Oh, here we
Yeah.
On the left.
Above.
Oh, I'm sorry.
other left.
Here. These are my creepy dolls that no one likes in my house.
Oh yeah, Nancy Ann.
Yeah, is it the Nancy Ann? Is that right?
The Nancy Ann storybook dolls. I mean, I don't know enough about them to be able to point out, oh, that's definitely one or the other, but that style, yes.
Yes, I believe that's what it is, and I got them from a Goodwill auction, I think. And my husband hates them, and he says they're haunted, and he wants them to leave the house immediately.
Do you think my grandma Pearl's doll's haunted?
I don't think the dolls, would you want to get it to show them what you're talking about? And
What
why-
doll?
why
Wait,
they
what?
But
haunted?
it's much older than theirs.
She has this doll from like, I don't know,
Is
it cracked
1400s
face?
or something. What's that?
Does it have a cracked face? You know, like the cracked face dolls from like the 60s, you know,
I
it's
try
like
to
really
block it out from my memory. So, I don't know. She's gonna go get it though, and we're gonna see what this thing looks like.
Malachi is going to go run down and get our one and only known to be haunted doll.
Oh yeah.
So he'll go
gosh,
grab
this is
her.
the best day of my life.
And she is plastic children size too, but she's actually a Gofen doll. So she's made of crushed oyster shell. Japanese friendship doll. Wow. But she's like 24 inches. Or no, she's almost 30 inches tall. Yeah, she's a big one.
It's very exciting.
He'll go get her, and then we'll tell you her story and how we ended up with her.
I'm
and all
gonna
that
get
good stuff.
Lotta for you to see. I'm gonna get Lotta. I'll be right back.
All right.
This is just doll show and tell.
Yeah.
Yep.
This is the haunted one.
No, she's sweet. Everyone in the family doesn't like her, so I ended up adopting her when my great grandma passed away.
The weird thing
We
is,
have a few composition babies like that. Not very many, but a couple.
How hard to come by?
Okay. This is Lotta. And she's a child-size reborn doll.
Mhm.
I rooted her hair. And my husband would like her to leave. And so would Ethan. But she's I gave her freckles. Look how cute she is.
I love her.
These are all your friends. Do you see?
You have to start making creepy voices for her whenever you bring her on.
Let me see that doll. I don't think I've ever seen that doll before. All right, hold on. I gotta put her on the couch. There we go. Okay, let's see this doll.
This is my great grandmother's doll from like 1920.
Have I never seen this?
Just like my great grandma's daughter, my grandma, when she was a baby.
She was made out of plastic?
Well, no, but she was really fat.
Well, actually, it's not made out of plastic.
What kind of eyes does she have, Kiersten?
They close
Oh, they do?
your eyes.
Oh, she is chunky. She's like a Joseph.
She's 9 months size. She's like Kinsley size.
Ethan, how do you feel about that?
I make sure our bedroom door's locked at night when we go to bed. So
Oh my gosh, I love it so much. Madeline, I have to ask you, do you sleep, are there dolls around you when you sleep as well?
So we actually, I don't think we have any dolls in the bedroom, do we? I mean, like in the master bedroom?
Only in pieces.
Yeah, there's like some heads laying around. That's partially because there's, half a dozen cats furring everywhere.
Yeah, there are certain parts of the house that the cats don't go, and
Is it around that doll?
we have that with our huskies too, because if you look at our carpet, doesn't matter how much we
I'm sure it's a carpet of hair.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah,
supposed to
I've
be
had
like
dogs with undercoats
brownish
like
color,
that
but it's just white.
Please explain this doll and tell me how she's
Madeline is better at recounting the story.
Oh, I can't wait.
So this is our little Fumika-Chan. She's 25, 30 inches. She's a Japanese ikimatsu. So she's the it's kind of a composition with a layer of gofun, which is a crushed oyster shell. And we actually she was given to us by a neighbor who lives down the street. They saw our dolls and was like, I have this doll that you guys might really, really want. She's like, now I love her, but my family is terrified of her.
Oh my God.
And so it turns out she was studying in Japan.
Uh-huh.
And
Anthropology
yes,
studies.
she was doing anthropology studies, and somehow her professor ended up with this doll, and he was absolutely convinced it was haunted.
Uh-huh.
Like apparently, like she would like get out of her little cabinet she was in and things like that.
And he, to the point where he kept a padlock on it.
Yeah.
Stop.
So one of her fellow classmates and they were going to take it to one of the shrines in Japan.
Where they burn an effigy.
Yes, they basically. And so they were taking it to this shrine.
Uh-huh.
And
It walked away.
her classmate basically couldn't stand having her like in the room with him at night. And he basically just like, here, you take it. I don't want it. So she actually ended up bringing it back home with her when she was done with her studies. And
She smuggled it into the country.
I mean,
Did the plane come
I
down?
don't think there's a lot of tariffs on dolls, actually. So I think it's all above board. She smuggled the haunted doll into the country part.
Yeah.
And so I guess like several roommates and visitors while she had this doll reported just being like completely creeped out by it, that it was like they were sure it was moving, it was watching them, all of these things. It's just she packed it away for a while because it scared her son.
It has Taglio eyes.
Yeah, so it had, yeah.
So it's going to be watching you.
So
and
it
following
moves,
you around
right?
wherever you go.
Okay.
So, but yeah, they're deep set. So no matter where you stand in the room, she's pretty much, giving you side eye.
Yeah.
And so anyway, so they gave her to us, and we've never had a bit of trouble with her. So I mean, we figure, there's a lot of doll enrichment activities here,
Yeah.
so they don't feel inclined to act out if they are haunted.
Of course.
And the house is more than 120 years old now, and it's crammed with weird, creepy antiques. So there's a lot of competing interests going on.
Yeah. So you've never
cute.
had any paranormal stuff with a doll?
Not with the doll. Now, he's lived in some houses growing up with a lot of weird paranormal activity. So I figure if there was some, he would probably notice.
What is this one's name?
This is American character Toodles.
Oh,
And she's the little girl Toodles, whereas the other one's the baby Toodles.
But yeah, she has the most like egregious follow me eyes that we've ever seen.
Apparently they weren't very popular. It creeped a lot of other people. Wow. They didn't catch on.
she's
Ethan,
so
your face,
smiley.
this whole thing is just so amusing to me.
You said my face?
Yes,
No,
you're just like,
I think it's interesting that like the eyes that follow you, like on dolls and stuff like that. I think it's interesting that people get so creeped out by them.
Yes.
Like they legitimately think that it's like haunted, right? That's probably why they thought that
it's
doll
just
was
a
haunted.
mechanical function.
Right. They just didn't understand what it was. I mean,
so what
you know.
you're saying is that thrift store by my mom's house that always has the vintage dolls. You just want to buy the whole store out?
what I'm saying is, to the unknowing mind, science can appear to be magic.
Oh, absolutely.
If you saw some of the reaction videos that people on YouTube did watching the original thing, and I swear everyone's like, "Oh my God, did that doll's eyes just blink?" It's like,
It has sleep eyes. Of
it
course
has sleep
they blink.
eyes. They blink if you jostle them or move them around. That's how they work.
It's like they've never had a doll before.
No.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine the type of comments that y'all get. I mean,
Awful ones.
Yeah.
Like here,
Very, very awful ones.
I'm fond of the block button, you know.
yeah.
This brings me to my favorite question. I asked too much. How do you deal with the hate? Because I don't know how to deal with my own hate.
She deals with it. I don't have anything to do with it. I like generating content. I like doing stuff. But when it comes to dealing with that kind of bizarre animosity towards something that doesn't have any effect on them whatsoever, it's just, I can't handle it.
I use a combination of judicious use of the block button, as well as just, I'm an extremely sarcastic person. So I will occasionally, if the mood strikes me, call them out and, what I find so amusing and so ironic is we get the comments of, well, why don't you just have kids? What's wrong with you? You're substituting, these for kids. It's like, really?
That's what Kiersten
Really?
did.
Have you seen what we do with them?
I would, or they'll be like, you're really, really mentally unfit. You should have a kid to fix that.
Yeah, because that's a great solution to that problem.
everybody knows that people that are mentally unfit just need a kid.
Well, that's what they all do. Oopsie, wasn't supposed to say that.
You should have said, we do have real kids. It's mixed up in there. You're supposed to find him. It's like, where's Waldo?
Yeah. Or even better, just say they used to be real kids.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
Yes.
There you go.
Yes.
We get a lot of comment that we must have a lot of bodies in our basement. And I usually just respond to dealing with that was, we don't have a basement. We use the septic tank.
There you go.
That is awesome. I haven't seen any maybe you guys should do this Halloween. I don't see any posts of Hansel and Gretel. You guys need to do a Hansel and Gretel one. Have the children to your candy
No, we
house.
haven't done that.
Okay, I would just envision that there was the witch in the house with the children. I always feel like that when I bake my dolls.
I need a big boiler sized oven.
Yes, I have so many ovens that I cook my babies in. I'm the real witch.
Exactly. It needs to be an old boiler.
I don't understand how anybody could look at your content and not just immediately be like, these people are the coolest.
Yes. Well, I think the people who do look at it tend to think that it's the ones that read the headline and then immediately jump to the comment section.
All my children. I'm like, first of all, they don't truly think that these dolls are their children, because I think if people were really that way, because some people do, but but you have them burying doll body parts in the backyard. It's the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life. I feel like
It was fun to set up. It was very time consuming, but it was so much fun to set up.
So
I actually think it was a Halloween one, was it? I think it was just a random day.
So those are dolls?
It's House of Wax, if you mean, really, but whatever.
Yeah, I think we get a lot of the comments of the also, I think we should come and burn your house down and things like that. I'm just like, really? Have you seen the props that we're using? That's a bad idea.
Right? That is a bad idea.
You know what those are actually for.
We actually made a stop motion video just with one of the dolls and a machete. And so I turned it into a GIF.
Ethan, I sent you the picture of them burying the doll parts because it's my favorite thing that ever.
All right.
Lived.
What did you send it on?
I sent it on Hangouts.
I feel so bad because I usually leave Ethan like totally clueless to who we're bringing on.
Yeah, I think that's part of the excitement of it.
I
Okay.
put y'all on my dream list. I just want you to know that. Like, I've been very excited about this. And just because it's very rare to find people that get your sense of humor.
Yes.
And
Yeah,
found
tell me about it.
Kiersten, and then I was like, but these people get it.
That's
They
so
understand.
I'm getting the picture now of the dolls burying dolls in the backyard. That's pretty great. You
Where
definitely do need like a septic tank to bury them in though.
Yeah, yep.
where did you get the Easter Bunny mask?
I made it.
I can't.
That's
That is the
amazing.
scariest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Where's this Easter bunny?
So part of why it is so wonderfully creepy is it was really it wasn't what
It was a Five Nights at Freddy's
Okay.
bear mask, but
we stripped it all down.
yeah,
so-
and then stripped it off, so it still had like the glue spots and little bits of fuzz and stuff on it, and then spray painted it, and then she painted the face. I made the ears, but it was inspired by old creepy
Yeah.
Easter bunny photos. So we're like, we need to make a creepy Easter bunny mask. So
You can just go through yourself.
Ethan and Kiersten. Well, Ethan comes up with one of the very first times I ever was introduced to Ethan was when he was doing his baby Ethan videos. So he would do a stunt double. We were doing the stunt double, right? With the duct tape, throwing it in the freezer and stuff.
I think that was just a doll he bought at Walmart because he wanted to do a video for me.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And he's like feeding the baby Red Bull and stuff. You can tell the story. This is the best thing ever.
So sometimes our job takes us away on fun trips for a while. So I was on one of my vacations and I was staying in a hotel, but basically all I had to do was like go to this class and sleep at a hotel and work out.
So
That's
hard.
all my life consisted of. So I was like, I have a lot of free time. Kiersten, let me help you make videos. And we weren't like living together because I was off on this trip. And so I bought probably like a $5-10 doll at Walmart,
Some hot dogs
Just-
and Red Bull.
yeah, where it's just like it's like a cloth body except for like its hands, feet, and head. And I don't even remember what my videos were. What would I do in them?
You would chop up hot dogs and throw them at the doll. There was one point where you taped a hammer to the doll and threw it in the bathtub.
There was an oven. You put it in the oven, I think.
That sounds about right.
You
I
just
make
dumped
bizarre
Red
videos.
Bull on it.
Yeah, and I was like, "This is
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's right. Because I had come back from that trip at that point. So I was actually at the house I was living at, and
You came back from the Sandy trip, and then you went to the hotel trip.
but then I came back from the hotel trip and was actually living at a house. And at that house, that's when I made the video you're talking about, where I was just like doing the most bizarre things with the doll.
I
So
love how our life sounds to anyone who doesn't know what we do for a living.
yeah,
That's true.
the sand trip, the hotel
The
trip.
sand trip.
They
duct
sound
tape,
like
dolls, oven.
chapters in a horror book or something like that.
You fit right in here, though. There's another question I have about your vintage clothing. Where do you get all those
Yeah.
wonderful things?
that pretty much all gets thrifted.
Yeah.
So do you spend just hours in the thrift store?
Yes, days, on weeks on end.
Okay,
We go to
yes.
thrift stores as a main hobby outside of hanging out at the house.
Well, we
Like,
basically we furnished the house with thrift store furniture. The dishes are all vintage 50s, 60s stuff. I mean, most of our clothes, with the exception of, underwear and socks, are just happen to be thrift store things. And
I
when
only
we're
get my
out, we're just like,
underwear.
let's stop in and see if there's anything we need at the thrift store.
Yeah. Are there several where you are, or do you travel?
well, when she was traveling extensively, she would stop in at ones
Yeah.
when she had the time.
Yeah.
We would go up to areas like Charlotte, Greenville. We stop along when we're taking a road trip, things like that. But we do have a lot in our general area as well.
Okay. Because we only have one that I can think of, and they never have dolls. They have a lot of porcelain dolls.
Yeah.
Everyone has lots of porcelain dolls.
Do y'all have porcelain dolls?
Not really, no.
No,
But you have like the
I'm
world's
referring to the
largest
thrift stores.
dollhouse I've ever seen. The dollhouse is amazing that you have.
Are you
Is
talking
it
about their house?
What's that?
I was gonna say, are you talking about their house?
Yes.
yeah.
It is a dollhouse. No, but they have a dollhouse inside their dollhouse.
We have dollhouse inceptions everywhere.
The dollhouse. I just like
Dollhouses and dollhouses and dollhouses.
Do you have like little furniture and stuff for them too?
So, yes, we have a Barbie house that we built out of IKEA cabinets. It's kind of a mess right now. The cat has been in it.
He likes to nap in there.
He likes to get on the bed and nap on the dollhouse bed. So.
Oh, you're talking about the cat house bed.
No, that's what it is to him. Yes.
Do you guys have any projects coming up that you're working on?
Well, we're hosting a doll meet this weekend. And
Yeah, for the our smart doll friends. So everyone's kind of after the pandemic, we're all getting there's a surprisingly large number of people with smart dolls, the vinyl BJDs in this 2-hour radius. It's kind of weird.
That's cool though.
Yeah.
So.
And so will you bring all of your? You only have.
We're not going anywhere because they're all coming here. So
I don't blame them. I would want to come to your house too.
Yeah, we did one where everybody brought everything, and I think I think there were like 80 of them.
82 to 83 of them.
Yeah, it was insane.
Humans or dolls?
Dolls, yes.
Okay.
Just one particular
83 humans in your house.
That's too much. Too much.
That is too much. That is crazy.
Plastic ones only.
Do all of your dolls have names?
Not all of them. A lot of them just have their stock names.
Okay.
But the majority of them do.
Yeah, the big ones. Like we don't really name the fashion dolls. Those are just kind of what they are. What artist made them, or their hair color, something like that. The big ones pretty much all have at least a name, whether it's their stock name with some descriptor or a name, and the smart dolls all have names. So.
Aww.
What are their favorite colors?
Well, mine are named after their eye colors typically. Mm-hmm. So, and
those are your smart dolls.
Yeah, my smart dolls, but the other ones, they don't really have character traits outside of Sarah Ann, who is my tomboy-esque plastic daughter. She's got
Where's Sarah Ann?
Make her a lot more functional and posable in terms of what she can do versus any of the other ones that just have a stiff arm thing.
Yeah, so he can have her manipulating tools, working on car engines, things like that.
Is Sarah Ann in the room? I'd like to meet Sarah Ann.
Yeah, so.
You just hear another voice. Hello, I'm Sarah.
No, he just said it was his daughter. I need to see Sarah Ann.
Aww.
So I was going to ask, if you name them after the eye color, what happens if there's two blue eyes? Do you just name one bluer?
Well, then we just used, you've got Serlene versus Azurette.
Yeah, it's like
we could go with shades.
All My Plastic Children are all named after vintage plastics for the most part. And so that's their naming convention.
Yeah. So, we have not all of the big ones, but like the ones that make it into the Christmas card, essentially, the nuclear family. Sarah Ann is named because of saran, which is the type of hair fiber that was used. Polymerine is obviously a polymer. Mm-hmm. Sirocco is a brand of vintage decorator plastic that was popular in the 60s.
Like melamine plates and things like that.
Cool.
Baker is named after Bakelite. And then Stella Irene is obviously styrene. And then we've been saving the name Melanie for if we ever get a
42-inch Daddy's Girl.
Yeah, so Daddy's Girl is the name of it. It's the largest of the Play Pal family ever, produced. They're not as tall as the big smart doll, but they're more proportionally hefty.
Yeah, they're far more robust.
Because they're more of like not toddler, but like a 12-year-old scale. So
what was the name of it? Oh, I see. Oh my goodness.
Girl is actually considerably more rare, but
we want to at some point get the really big one.
Yeah, once you get the really big one.
Yeah, but basically she looks just like this, but is about 8 inches big, 6 inches bigger.
So the one that I found on eBay, I think she is how tall? 40 inches? She's 40 inches.
Yeah, they're about
Woohoo.
so.
Yeah, she's big. She's
Yeah, they're typically, very on the very
Nice.
high end of the price scale too. So
yeah. I mean, it's expensive, but she's 40 and she's like buying it.
exactly. I mean, it's one of those things you have to commit to her. So we're waiting for the right one.
Yeah, no, listen, I make dolls for a living. That's what I do. So, and now when I buy the dolls, I'm not just buying the kit, I'm planning everything that's going into the photo shoot with everything. It's not just I paint dolls. So I get it. I understand.
I feel like Kiersten has so many dolls. We need to come up with a naming convention for hers.
Oh,
So
they
like
all
we
have
name-
names.
Well, I know, but she's gonna eventually start running out of names. She's gonna have to come up with like some sort of pattern. So it could be like off of the first person that they haunt or murder or something. So like it could be like Bob because he was the first person that she murdered.
No, I think Josh.
Your doll
I think
collection
Josh
starts
cares enough
representing
over
your
the
grudge
60
list.
person.
What's that?
I said your doll collection starts representing your grudge list.
Exactly.
It's like this is Tim or I don't know.
Tim.
No, I have some names of grudges, but I'm not announcing them here.
Fair enough. Are they just all your coworkers?
Just name them after the haters, and they can be double as voodoo dolls.
There you go.
Yes.
Every time somebody's like, "Can I have a free doll?" and be like, "You're the next doll."
Reborn Life 420.
So do you guys have people ask you for dolls, or they just like straight up think you're crazy?
It happens all the time.
Oh, right, because you have so many that you should just give them to everybody.
We just have them to give away to anybody that asks or wants
And
a
if
doll.
you don't, how
that's-
dare you? You're so
That's why we have them.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you often feel a little bit like Santa Claus?
Or they think you're
The
Santa
Grinch, maybe.
Oh, that's a good TikTok, Ethan. You need
Oh
to.
my gosh. Yes, let's
perfect.
get you a Grinch onesie.
Perfect.
Kiersten
we
has a like influx of tiny children on TikTok that just like
I think on
thousands of comments. So just like, I don't like, give me a free doll. I
one
want a free
video,
doll.
it is now at 1,700 comments for one video of mostly just give me a free doll.
So we kind of have like this running gag where Kiersten knows Santa Claus because she can just give away free dolls.
I just basically for ours be like, well, you have to pay shipping, and then that,
Right.
by the time you ship one of these things, it's more than the doll.
Or you could say, how about you go into your own Goodwill and see if they have.
Yeah.
I feel like I need to go to Goodwill and see if they have these dolls there because I'm like intrigued.
I was just about to tell Ethan we need to go to the thrift store that has them all by my mom's house.
Yeah.
You're so excited.
To your house, do you have a PO box where people can send you dolls? Or are you like, our house is full, we can't have any more dolls?
We have some, people do, send them to us, particularly if they belong to, their grandma and things like that.
Yeah, well, the rest of their family doesn't like them, but they want them to kind of be preserved.
And then, and so sometimes, we have a PO box. I'll usually try to, I'll suggest other Facebook groups too, if they're ones that either we don't collect or we have a lot of them.
I just feel like you don't have enough though. So you should
have a very nice lady. We've stayed in touch with her. She sent us her childhood doll. And when I saw it, I just about hit the floor because it is the rarest of the Play Pal dolls. It's baby Johnny. He's sitting back there. And so I told her what it was, and it needed a lot of work. But she's like, no, I want you to have it. So I was like, yeah, that one will never be leaving.
Yeah.
So he's been restrung, and Malachi
I think
redid his airbrushing and everything, but yes, he's one of those ones where like we're probably never going to end up with one just because they're hard to find, and you have to fight the bidding wars and things. But it was so cool. Worked out very, very nicely.
Yeah, I love the outfit too. I'm so enamored with the clothes.
It's original.
Yeah, it's so beautiful.
Can I have him for free?
Sure.
Ethan.
You pay shipping and pay me to take it. I'll have it.
Oh my gosh. Oh, well, I need to show you my doll. I'll be right back.
We get a lot of the, could we have this? Could we have that? And it's,
it's like you have so many dolls, you should give them away.
Or you should give them to children that don't have any. And
because these are to play with for kids.
And I'm like
definitely.
We got them from a thrift store. The kid obviously didn't want it.
People like that are so much fun to play with. I think that's why we bought the Santa outfit.
Yeah, we did one where we have this, I guess it's like a running gag where it's Dear Ethan, right? And Kiersten will give me some random comment on one of her videos like, can I please have a free doll now? So I'll be there and I'll do the Dear Ethan thing, be like, Dear Ethan, can I please have one for free now? So then we'll like film the rest of the video. It's like me going on this whole journey to go meet Santa Claus so that I can tell him that, hey, this one user on Kiersten's video wants a free doll. You need to give it to him now. It was a lot funnier in my head.
It is funny. It is funny. It's just like I don't think they're smart enough to realize they're actually not Santa and you're actually not giving a free doll. All they heard was free doll.
That's true, because then they'll comment on the video. They'll be like, can I also have one?
And then they get mad when they don't get one.
Exactly. This one is the LA baby. Oh, she's got cat hair on her. My cat saw this doll. Anyway, she was all like destroyed because I had her when I was 4. She lived in my daughter's closet. Her body was all destroyed. So I repainted her as a reborn and did her body over and stuff.
Wow.
Like I replaced the eyes and redid her hair and all that stuff. But I mean, she was trash. But I've had this doll for like my entire life and she was my baby. Like she was my baby. I loved her. I still love her. But now she gets to live outside of the attic in the crib. And it's fun.
Aww.
I guess my question was, you fix dolls then too? Like you'll rescue them and fix them up.
Yeah, we've so the play pals particularly because they are strung, so they've got the elastic cord, and after 60 years, that's they're just flopping all over the place, and so
usually with sinew hanging out and things like that.
and so anybody who collects them, basically unless you want to pay $60 to $100 shipping each way to send them to a doll hospital, you just learn to do it yourself. So he does most of that just because you have to really yank on the elastic cord. It takes considerable grip.
That's so I'm not familiar what's inside of them. So they're hollow, right? You just rip the head off and
yeah, I'm gonna find a good example of that.
Yeah, just go ahead and cut it apart right now so we can have a look.
Yes, for real.
Yeah, so a lot of times like the head will be connected with a spring, so it may or may not come off. And then but the arms and will be connected with the arms and legs are strung together, and so they can kind of walk with you, and so that'll loosen up, and then they'll be like hanging with like an inch of string coming out.
So when the head doesn't come off, what brand of chainsaw do you guys use?
Well, this one has a spring.
Yeah, so this one's got a spring, but her arms are strung. So this is what it.
Right. Okay.
So.
Oh, we know all about this, Kiersten, don't we?
Oh yes. Let's talk about it.
We kind of know a little bit about
this one has a neck spring, which I don't know if I can show you or not.
It just pops out.
They're under so much tension, and they can actually over time force their way through the torso and pop their heads down. They break their shoulders and everything else. So I prefer the ones that are fully strung as opposed to the ones that have neck springs for that reason.
Yeah. Is she wearing Lily Pulitzer? That dress is like beautiful.
Actually, I think that's the one my mom made. My mom will make clothes for the grandkids.
I love that.
After my nieces outgrow them, that sort of thing.
We didn't have a Lillian Pulitzer, I thought, for them though.
It was too big.
Ah, darn.
So when did you guys decide that this was the thing you were going to do?
2016.
Yeah, I think that's when we sort of started putting pictures on Facebook,
like doing it, like really
and
going out and doing full-on photo shoots in cemeteries and things like that. And
we happen to live like 2 blocks from a really nice cemetery. We walk the dog in it. It just
so cool.
It's like the little our hangout, and so we take the dolls there all the time and do all kinds of photo shoots. We know the caretakers and all that, and they're like, yeah, fine, whatever, just somebody's here, but yeah, I can't remember. We started the Instagram later, 2018, I think, because when we started putting things on Instagram in general. I
Yeah, that sounds about right.
So somewhere around there.
17, 18, somewhere in there.
When did you guys start getting recognized? Was it pretty fast, like from like Daily Mail and all that stuff?
Been 6 months, I think.
Yeah, I think it was that January. Somebody actually contacted our Instagram from the Daily Mail and it was just like, hey, can we do a story on you? And so they did just a little story about it. And then it picked up and got like, we went from like 500 followers to like 2,000 or 3,000.
Right.
And then Barcroft TV reached out to do one of their little segment videos. And I don't think that's online anymore. I think you have to like see it via reaction videos. So it's
okay. I saw the Daily Mail one and I saw the I saw
your post, I think, just a few minutes ago.
Yeah, I sent you the first one and then I watched the 10-minute one with Allie.
Yeah. And then so they reached out to us and we did that. And then like we got like 10,000 followers in a day. It was crazy.
Yeah. And I'm sure a lot of really understanding people.
So kind and empathetic.
So many compassionate souls.
Yes. They make the Guardian and these people make reborn doll owners appear to be like the craziest people on the planet. So I can't imagine. I mean, they're all dolls. Do you have reborns or no?
Not any, no. We've got the the baby dolls, but we don't really have any of the reborns. And then and the same with like the hyper realistic fashion dolls either. But I think most of our dolls, tend to have the doll aesthetic.
Yeah.
It's like
I love that.
They look very alien to a degree, and that's part of why we like them.
I guess I can tell when people are more uncomfortable with the realism of the dolls. I understand just why there would be more, I guess, feelings about that, but this is awesome. I don't know why anybody would have a problem with this.
Adults having hobbies.
Yeah,
we're having fun. Adults aren't allowed to have fun.
Yeah.
Once you turn 18, your life has to suck.
Yeah.
That's what it is. I think the comments that irritate me personally the most are the ones, they're not even necessarily, they're like people arguing on, these feeds about why we're doing this. And they're like, well, obviously she can't have children, so she's compensating. This is just so terrible. Like, really? Where the heck are you getting that idea?
Yes. Yes.
We don't have children because we're not interested in having children now.
And that's totally okay. That's
exactly.
It should be.
It's like we love kids. We're just, I like the fact that we can close the door on the dolls and leave them for 2 weeks.
And they don't need their diapers changed every few hours or half hour or, just.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, waking up in the middle of the night with a 2-year-old standing right at your face is actually really scary. And I would prefer a doll over that. Because just right in your face at 2 a.m. is just really scary. I told Ethan and Kiersten one time I woke up to my son standing over me with a hammer. He was about 3, 4, and he was like, "Don't worry, I not hit you with this." I'm like, "Great! I'm glad that was the first thing that you decided to say to me when I opened my eyes."
I really want to do a plastic children photo of that now. Don't worry, I won't hit you with
this. Do it. Oh gosh, please do it. I'm gonna print it out and put it in my office. Please do.
We can use your childhood hammer you saved all these years.
Yeah. If you do it soon, I'll use it as the thumbnail. It's too perfect.
I will use it. Oh my gosh. How would you get the doll to hold that? You have to do it
now, so it'll work better for it too.
What? You just super glue it. Super glue the hammer onto it. Something like that.
Oh no, I use rubber bands and stuff like that, and like flesh tone rubber bands. That's not a problem. What I said is the handle is shorter now. I have this hammer I've had since I was about 3 years old. And
just like Jack.
It's got this Brazilian mahogany handle or something, but it broke fairly recently, so I had to whittle it down and put it back together so it could still have its original handle. It's just a little finishing hammer, so it doesn't need a big handle anyway.
This would be that would be so funny. That would be so awesome. Do you guys plan your photos out, or do you just come up with them?
To a very high extent, we kind of come up with a storyboard of not necessarily a written one, but we just go over what we want to get done. And then we set out to do it, and we get what we can before things either start falling apart, weather breaks, things like that. Just there's always variables.
And some of the time we're just like, hey, let's grab a doll and put it in this chute,
The spontaneous ones are probably and candid ones end up being the best, just because everything is perfectly askew as opposed to set up and staged.
Yeah, the Halloween ones I think are the most involved ones. We start kind of thinking about what we want to do, and the beginning.
I was about to ask you that. Like, do you guys have it planned out for Halloween yet?
Not yet. No, it's been.
I would like to be a part of the discussion.
We're also looking at places to move to, so we can get off of Main Street, middle of nowhere,
and go into middle of nowhere.
Yeah, because I don't like all of the traffic that goes by the front of the house, and it's just too much noise and things. And then we'll get if we're doing, I don't do shoots in the front yard anymore because of people that are turned around and make a mockery of what we're doing. So it's just
slam on my brakes.
I don't live here for that.
But Kiersten and I were talking about you guys must have the best Halloween. I just envision you just putting all the dolls out in your front yard, but you can't, right?
That
would cause accidents.
We do have mannequins in the front yard that live out year round,
and we do hear about them too.
Yeah, really?
They were nude for a long time, just because.
And how many people said that you were tainting their children's imaginations or whatever?
Right? That's so cool.
So we also have we have this the drop tank.
Okay.
So I'll let it's Malachi, so I'll let him talk about it.
All right. So I also built a frame to stand up the drop tank from an F100 Super Saber, the 335 gallon size. And when we picked it up, I stripped all of the paint off of it and polished the aluminum. So there's a giant silver dildo in the front yard.
Yeah, it's known around town affectionately as the bomb or the rocket. So when it's really funny. There's some groups, the old weird South Carolina and things like that. And every now and again, our house will show up in it. Somebody has taken a picture as they drive by. What's with the mannequins and this rocket in the yard? And I'm like, wow.
Oh wait, I love this conversation so much that I forgot we're going on Lambie's nursery. So I have to write a note to myself that this is rated not child.
It's far into it though. It's far into it.
Yeah, nobody's gonna be watching at this point.
We're safe now.
Kids have left. We said no free dolls. They're gone.
Normally we talk about dolls and then we start talking about our hobby, whatever, and then it's it trickles off. It's fine.
You guys talking about the mannequins and stuff like that made me think. I was like, man, I really want something where people will drive by our house and be like, oh, that's a house I remember. But I guess I just made that yesterday, didn't I?
Yeah, we're now officially. We have a Mickey Mouse fountain in our front yard now.
Yeah. Nice.
Wait, Chelsea, did you not see this?
No. I was left out. We decorate for, I decorate for Halloween all year round. My kids grew up with me making dolls, and I answer the door, doll heads in my hand frequently. We have doll parts all over the place. I also have 6 cats, and we decorate for Halloween all year round. But we bought that ginormous monster from Target a couple of years ago, the crazy 100-foot monster, and it takes up our whole yard, and it makes me so happy.
We really wanted to get the 12.
I wanted the 12-foot skeleton so bad,
but he was sold out.
Oh, that's a bummer. They need to have an all year round Halloween store. I don't understand why they don't do that.
Last year, I think it was at Home Depot or Lowe's, they had a huge inflatable Oogie Boogie. I really wanted to get that.
Oh, you sent that to me. Remember? You were like, you should get this.
I don't remember anything. I don't remember what I did yesterday, but here's what I did
you
yesterday.
Just send it to me. Oh.
I built that in our front yard.
Oh, you built it?
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. That's a very
it lights up at night too.
Ethan doesn't buy things. Ethan builds them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
yep. Sounds familiar. Sounds familiar.
Pictures. I guess you probably can't really see it, but yeah, it lights up at night.
That's cool.
Yeah, I like that.
You see the fountain a little bit, yeah.
There will be way more lights.
Important part.
So.
Have you guys thought about taking the dolls or some dolls like Disney?
We haven't thought about Disney really. Mostly because we would want to ride the rides, and that's kind of difficult with the
Well,
dolls.
that's why you get a backpack and you
Have
have
Ethan carry it for you.
Yeah.
Baby
Whenever we've
born.
done stuff at theme parks, Kirsten's like,
Yeah.
"Ethan, take a backpack.
Fun
So when
carrier.
we're done filming, you can just carry that around all day long." I'm like, "Oh, good idea. Good."
We have talked about taking it to the county fair and things like that.
Yeah.
Oh, that
Like
would be
local
great.
festivals
Even
and
if you
stuff
just
like
did it
that.
for like an hour or something just to do a photo shoot. Oh my gosh, that would be
That would be
brilliant.
fun. Yeah.
You would break the internet with that one. I'm
It'll
serious.
be really funny to make a video out of. You guys,
I really don't want to get sued by Disney for copyright infringement of background images.
Oh yeah, okay, so county fair would be better. Yeah.
What I'm hearing is we all go to a county fair theme park.
Yeah. You just need like the cotton candy
Yeah.
something.
I think that would go more with their vibe is a county fair.
Yeah, because you're like vintage.
Exactly.
And so can I ask what you do for a living? Is it
It's fine.
It's fine.
So my employers, they all know about the dolls. They all think
Yeah.
it's amazing. I've dragged them to Mandarake in Japan, when we've been there. So I'm a field application scientist. So I have a PhD in chemistry, and I work for an
Everyone
energy
guessed.
company that does electron microscopy accessories. So prior to the pandemic, I used to travel all over the world, Asia and China and Japan and Europe, about 60 to 70% of the time. And so that's what I've been doing.
And her travel meant that I essentially need to be functionally retired to look after animals and things here.
and the dolls.
Oh, yes, of course. They need lots of careful
Yes.
care. But for over a decade, I was a communications tower technician and worked on cell phone towers and cell phone equipment on the ground, installing radios, uninstalling cabinets, running feed lines up towers, rigging to just bulb replacement.
That's amazing. I mean,
smart.
I would imagine, and this is just my own thought process, that your job, this is a nice outlet, completely different and not stressful. Well, sometimes it's stressful, but I mean, I'm sure you never intended it to be so big. I mean, when
it
you
was
first,
just something weird to do for fun.
yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder what it is. If it's, well, I think it's everything. I think everything that you put into it. I mean, the costumes and everything that you put into it is just so.
It's all incredible.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, it's so. I grew up loving dolls, and like I spent my whole childhood in my room with my dolls. I had dolls everywhere, and I love them. Obviously, I get to be a grown up and still play with dolls, which is very, very cool. And so do you, and so does Kiersten and Ethan. And
Yeah.
In his own way.
but even my husband too. I mean, like, isn't anything that they ever thought of doing. I mean, it's not like they grew up with dolls and stuff, but they're very supportive in what we do. And
for the record, okay, it's not a doll, it's an action figure.
It's very cool.
Which is just a genre of doll.
It has karate chop action, okay? Could a doll do this? I don't think so. That'd be weird.
Where's your TikTok with that? That's brilliant.
Oh, yeah.
Write that down.
Brilliant.
I don't know how to write.
We have to have a homeschool joke for every video.
About the vinyl BJDs, the smart dolls. We actually have special. He's got special hands that make rude gestures for them.
Yes, that's awesome.
Yeah, the actual manufacturer wouldn't make them despite the fan base asking for it, just because he doesn't want to be very family friendly and maintain a positive light in the public view. But somebody finally 3D modeled a set, and they look like the original manufacturer would have made them. They're perfect.
The hater hands.
That's amazing.
You got to use those for the for the haters. That's what you should do.
That's exactly what they're for.
That's so awesome.
Word's the word.
Do you guys have any more questions for them, or I feel like I monopolized all the questions. I'm so excited.
I feel like I'm just vibing and listening.
Yeah.
You did a great job of asking questions. I just want to say that.
Oh, thank you.
What are
I'm
your
still-
your guys' favorite colors, though? So just so we know that.
Yeah, I don't have an answer
No.
to that. They haven't told me, Ethan.
No.
They just haven't told me.
You need to ask the haunted doll to intervene and
Yes.
help out.
Well, if I want an answer.
So far, she's been remarkably quiet, and you know that's a good thing.
Yeah. Hopefully a usual thing.
My daughter wanted to know if y'all have an attic. An
We
attic.
do.
Are there dolls in there?
No.
No, there were squirrels in it. We
Are
find
there people?
Get rid of the squirrels.
Have you thought about doing a photo shoot with the dolls in the attic?
Is that blown in insulation? That
Yeah.
stuff is so messy.
so we have not done a photo shoot with dolls in our own attic, but we have done a photo shoot of dolls in the attic of the abandoned school behind our house. So if you scroll back far enough,
Where
you'll
do
see
y'all
them, like,
live?
peering
Like,
down
what
from the
is
ceiling.
this? I mean, you live in a cemetery, near cemetery with an abandoned school. What? I am so intrigued.
We live in rural South Carolina. There's pretty much an abandoned building and a cemetery on every other corner.
Yeah. Huh. I am.
That's one of our babies. She's bringing on the screen here.
Oh, she keeps crying.
She keeps
Oh,
crying.
dog.
We're not petting her. So
My doggy.
you're gonna knock over your beverage there.
That's their child.
Aw. Yes, ours are all safely confined downstairs at the moment.
Oh,
Is the that mansion in the one with the hacksaw? Is that your house?
No.
No.
So that is
That's a historical site down the road from
Yeah.
us.
there's never anybody there though. It's just kind of there.
Yeah, it's just a big manor house that they use, like the DNR uses it for like a hunting location meetup or something.
that's cool.
Yeah.
That
But
is cool.
there's a clubhouse behind it for that. But yeah, it's just an old manor house with a historical marker in front of it.
And it looks fabulous for photos. Do you guys use like professional camera equipment and stuff like that? Is it like a legit photo shoot?
It depends.
Yeah, it really depends on how much setting up time we want to put into it, as well as overall production value for what we're doing. For just quick Instagram shots, a phone is fine. And for the longest time, because I was PC to Mac, I couldn't transfer files from my PC to my iPhone and get them uploaded on Instagram. So I was pretty much stuck with my phone as my camera.
But now we fixed that.
But yeah, now the problem is resolved.
It's so awesome. I am obsessed with your Instagram. So
It's incredible. Hi.
yeah.
I feel like it's been neglected lately because we've been doing all these other projects around the house, all these useful things that have to get done.
We're in the process of cleaning up a lot of excess things so we don't have to move as much when it comes time for us to move.
Yeah.
You guys could just give all your dolls to the people asking for
No, they're definitely coming with us. Those are moving with us. They're part of the
The plastic family.
Yeah, they're part of the plastic family. And once you enter the plastic family, you never, ever, ever biodegrade.
Yeah, that's true. I just had this vision because we're moving to Washington State early next year. So I've been looking at houses for sale, and then people that like leave all their crap in their house when they take photos. I'm like, you guys could just complete. I mean, you just could really.
that's
take
Oh yeah, no, I
photos.
mean, we would have to set up hidden cameras that were networked so that we could watch the expressions when people came through. Like it would have to be its own series.
Oh my god.
We'll just have our place on the market but never sell it and
Yeah.
show the people going through our house.
Yes.
Live stream
Yes.
it all.
And
And why haven't y'all been on TLC yet? I'm surprised I haven't hit you up.
probably because sometimes I can get really worked up over certain topics.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll just leave it alone.
I can't imagine that TLC people though that's actually real. Like I feel like a lot of it's scripted.
It
I don't
has to
know.
be totally
So,
staged.
With
Yeah.
the Barcroft TV thing, that was very, very scripted. Like they wanted us to go someplace in town
Yeah.
and do this. It's like, so it was definitely, our one and only experience with reality television is there's nothing reality about it.
Yeah,
Right.
it is so staged and produced, and it's like if we're going to have a show, it's going to be life as usual.
Which would
You
be
can
so
edit.
boring.
You can edit from that. It's
Yeah.
like you might get an month of filming. Because not a whole lot goes on in a given day, but it's like
Which is why we have all this time for dolls.
yeah, it's like well, I really don't care to be herded around my own house for the sake of making a publicity stunt, particularly when you frame me as a nutcase.
Yeah.
So-
Exactly. Yeah.
It's like just go away and leave me alone.
Nice. Yeah. I feel that.
TLC reached out to you.
Yeah,
right?
they did, and you told me no because they were going to make me a nutcase.
Yeah.
Yep, they will do it to the best of their ability.
Yeah. Any
I can look
show
like a
about
nutcase
it.
all on my own. I don't need TLC.
Exactly. We don't need to
Yeah,
know.
well, proving our cases as nutcases is our job.
Right.
You know, we don't
Big
need
fight
somebody
back.
else to plead our case for us. We can do that perfectly fine on our own.
I saw in your video, you're like, we if we're gonna be the creepy doll people, then we're
We're going to own
we're
it.
gonna be
Yeah.
the creepy doll people. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah. So one thing I find funny is that there's a lot of doll collectors that really take offense at creepy doll aesthetics and like, oh, don't call us creepy. What we found is that just being really blunt of, oh yeah, we're the creepy doll people, even if the dolls aren't creepy,
Mhm.
Yeah.
mitigates a lot of that just off the bat. It's like people, the wind is already taken out of their sails, so they go bother somebody else.
That's fair.
Yeah. When I was at a holiday craft fair, and I was the only. I don't think any of these people have ever seen realistic dolls before, and they'd be like, "Oh my gosh, that's so creepy," and I would just say, "Thank you." Over 100 hours of work went into it. And they're
Yeah.
like, oh well.
I find really creepy with the reborns is when people just randomly will post in progress photos with no context, and it's like there's a baby head on that table.
See, I love
Am I
that. so
looking
much.
at the doll group, or am I just scrolling through the feed?
I think that's how I introduced my dad to Chelsea. I just showed him her Instagram of just dolls half painted.
Yeah. I
Actually-
usually set that stuff for my story. I try to keep but this is now, but I guess back in the day, I like it when I'm reading the eyelashes and I have to put them up and tilt the head back without any eyes in it. Yeah. And Josh will come over and hang out here at nighttime, and I'll have like the dolls like over here, and he's like, like, why do you leave them like that? I just finished one today, and I like to sit it on his side of the bed when he comes into the bedroom. He doesn't like that at all. It's fun. He's not particularly happy about the ones that are large with eyes. He really doesn't like them, because my dolls have like the really like the glass eyes that are like really sparkly.
Backlight them sometime with a motion sensor.
Oh,
What's that?
I said you should backlight them sometime with a motion sensor.
That's a great idea.
Take the haunted reborn genre to a whole new level.
Yes.
And also make it float with strings.
Yes.
Yes.
Did you see their Instagram photos? That he-
I've seen
he
some
made-
of them, but I'll have to go look at it after this. Like
They made them
actually,
float. It's
yeah.
amazing. Oh my gosh.
I did want to say this because I feel like I have
Okay.
to. Oh, look, that's floating. I have to use every opportunity I can. Did you guys know that I paint dolls?
Oh my gosh.
oh my God.
Yes, he does. He's very
I'm
talented.
waiting with bated breath now.
Yeah.
I'm not. My name's not out there too much. You probably haven't heard me because I don't have any reputation. But one second.
He actually does though.
So this is. You can get one, and it's a one of a kind. It's available for.
How much did you say it cost?
It was
now?
3
I
easy
keep
payments.
trying to buy it.
It was 3 easy payments of 10 grand.
Oh,
And this is
the price went up.
By a lot.
It's like a baby Mr. T.
Yeah. So
It's a baby Mr. T Spock thing.
it's got a red glove, a red shoe, maybe a blue shoe, spots of different colors, It also is Sparkle Vomit here, as you can see.
Sparkle Vomit is so popular right now. It's important that Sparkle Vomit be included.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think Sparkle Vomit really gets enough of a reputation.
Not at all.
In the Cape.
Yeah. So if anybody's interested in it, please let me know.
Except I've been interested in it since you
I
got
told
it.
you 30 grand. I haven't seen the 30 grand yet.
Oh, I'm making payments. I
You're
know.
gonna need to lay away for a while.
Show them your dad's doll.
Elvis.
So they painted dolls on Alive.
With my
Kirsten's
parents.
mom and dad, and Ethan, and they all painted the little dolls from Walmart. They're all beautiful.
This is the one her dad painted.
It's like
The best part about it is the back. This is what you can expect if you have real kids. That's exactly what you think.
Yes, that is the reality.
I just love the hairline. It's my
It's
favorite.
wonderful. And
When people ask you why you don't have real
Right, fever cheeks.
Rosacea cheeks.
But,
Show
I wanted to
Alyssa's.
show you guys because I don't only make terrifying things, but I make some things for Kiersten. I was going to show them these
Okay.
things here real quick.
But I want to see Alyssa's. The Tiger King one.
Oh yes.
Oh,
Sorry, I don't call her that name.
I'm
I call her
sorry.
mom.
Kirsten's mom.
It's covered in flowers,
Look at.
and it's got the Tiger King's haircut.
I love how sweet mom's is compared to.
I actually really love that one.
Yeah,
That's really
but this one
cute.
doesn't give you
What did
nightmares.
What did it stomp in?
I don't know.
Oh,
I think it was supposed to be
more
a
glitter,
mermaid.
more glitter paint.
Oh, okay.
So the other one's vomit.
The other one's vomit.
Oh, but so this is I've made these cradles for Kiersten's stuff here out of
Look how
wood.
cute.
Cool.
Shaped like a
I like
moon. I
that.
guess you can't really see it.
That's an orange one.
It's orange
It's
and black.
yours when you move to Washington.
Yes. I was just see how I did that. I was like, oh, it's orange. My favorite color. It could be mine.
Well, it's orange and black, like a pumpkin.
Yes.
Pumpkin sparkles, babies. You can buy reborn dolls there. Just
Should have one for sale by the time this one goes up. Do you want to see it? I'm going to show you guys. I'll be right back.
all right.
And then
Show us what we can buy for 3 easy payments.
10,000.
Yeah, no big deal. No biggie.
It was 5,000 2 weeks ago.
Well, it's only going up in value. So
It's inflation. The
Exactly.
economy's inflated.
Your name's
Act-
starting to
act
get out
now.
there. Buy and demand. I mean,
yeah.
this one is see it here first.
wow.
He's got teeth. Oh
So
gosh,
cool.
he's so heavy.
I love that outfit.
Wait, is that a doll?
Yeah.
No,
it's my child.
Yeah.
This is the Yannick kit, and I just finished him.
Oh, I found the mouse. Or not mouse.
Oh, the
Rabbit.
Easter Bunny one.
Oh, what's
Yeah.
happening?
She's showing me the one you guys did with the Easter Bunny.
Oh yeah.
That's
Why
phenomenal.
don't kid? People take their kids to see the Easter Bunny in the mall, and I'm always like, that thing looks terrifying. I really think your guys' Easter Bunny looks a lot nicer than the one in the mall.
I brought my newborn baby to see the Easter Bunny. Like, what kind of mother was I? Like, she was like a couple days old. I felt like I was like, I want to picture this. It's the creepiest photo I have. It's awesome though.
Yeah, we have a photo somewhere, but well, my mom has it of like I think I'm sitting on Santa's lap and my brother is just tearing off.
Yeah.
Like he's like in mid-flight.
That's awesome.
You guys
That-
should take all of your dolls, put them in like little, what are they called?
Ziploc bags.
Yeah, Ziploc bags. No, like I don't know, wheelbarrow or something like that. Take them to the mall and have each one of them take a picture with Santa Claus. And
We have talked about
I think we would get, well, not each one of them.
not even
no,
we
every single one.
We would have to fill up our truck bed and drive into the mall with them for that
There you
to
go.
work.
And there's some little kids like, I want to meet Santa. He's like, wait your turn. I have 96 dolls that need to sit on his lap.
Oh, you should at least take like 8 of them and then have them do. I wonder what that would be amazing. That would be amazing.
I can't think of anything
We
better.
have talked about going to see a mall Santa with possibly 2 or 3.
Yes.
That's an easy number for ourselves to wrangle at once, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
They
Just
like to
don't
wander
say-
off.
I thought about taking a reborn as well, but then I was like, ugh, people, like I would rather just have Josh dress
Yeah,
up as Santa.
people.
Yeah, that's
People.
why I have Ethan a Santa costume.
Yeah. Yeah. That'd be really good. Okay, well, I hate to be the person to end this wonderful meeting and Ethan just walk away.
Well,
Of course he
the
did.
dogs are going nuts.
We would end the live, but then we would still be on the chat, so we're not just like pushing you off the camera.
It's been a lot of fun. I've
It has.
really enjoyed it.
We're
you.
so grateful for you guys taking the time to do this. Seriously, I know you probably get asked so many different questions that are
I
weird, but
mean,
hopefully
just through the Instagram stuff, it's
Yeah, and you guys are asking nice, reasonable
Yeah,
questions,
yeah.
and you're really funny.
we're your people. We understand.
Exactly.
yeah.
I can't think of a rude question to ask
I
you.
know. Do you guys have anything that you want to plug, like just your Instagram, Facebook, anything like that?
Just our Instagram, all my plastic children. It has the dots in between each word. So yeah, there we
Yes,
are.
go check out their Instagram, guys. I mean, you will not
It's
be disappointed.
amazing.
They've been I think I saw them on my other Instagram on Tasho, and I was like, these are the people. These are the people.
That was the funniest thing. It's like, oh my gosh, we're on Tosh.0.
That's
It
funny.
really made, it was like the highlight of her,
I
like 3
love
days
Tosh.
afterwards.
Yeah.
It
It was the highlight of my week, and I was kind of part of it. I thought it was-
I'm glad you're so.
I used to watch him late night on, Comedy
Yeah.
Central.
Yeah.
Did they say anything to you about it, or they just took
No,
the-
like they didn't even tag us, which would have been
Yeah.
so amazing.
Oh
But
yeah.
that one, it's sort of just like
They
made
tagged
the
you.
rounds. We've accepted it's just gone out and gone wild
Yeah.
by itself. So
Yeah, that picture is no longer ours.
it'll show up on the doll Facebook groups that we're really active, or at least I'm really active in some of
Mhm.
these. And then it'll be really funny. I'll be we've had people, is that woman dead? It's like, no, I assure you, I'm very much alive. It's
But they never believe you when you say that.
no, I'm not.
Oh, that would be a
also
good
never
Halloween
believe
picture.
people commenting are the ones that took the photo.
It's like I just use my regular photo on Facebook. It's like I'm not
Yeah.
trying to hide. It's like, can you not tell that it's the same
Right.
person?
Oh my gosh.
No.
Oh my gosh. Well, you guys go follow their Instagram and their
Yes,
Facebook
please.
and enjoy their posts. And thank
They're
you guys
amazing.
so much for being here.
And make sure to keep tuning into our podcasts so that one day, whenever we talk to you guys again, you guys can find out what their favorite color is.
Yeah.
Will remain a mystery.
Favorite
And
color.
Ethan got a new duck, so you'll have to see that next time.
Woo!
Yeah, I bought a new duck. So. All right.
Bye guys. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Good night.